Good evening. My name is Robert King, and as you can see, the title of my project is Work Smart, Not Hard. The reason I chose this topic was because there's an expression in life where uh, you're taught that uh, a lot of times we work harder than what we should. And so, for my particular project, the problem is fairly easy to fix. It's just a matter of convincing people in order to open up their mindset so that they will be more willing to accept an easier way to do a project. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and go inside of the project. As you can see, this is uh, the front of the project. And as I'm talking, I'm gonna act like I'm part of I'm part of a project manager that's speaking to the stakeholders, trying to implement this plan. All right. Basically, the problem uh, is there's a huge procedure problem within the company. We have two entry teams. One is SI, the other one is formal. SI packages are from 800 and a penny all the way up to 2500, and formal packages are from 2500 and a penny all the way up into infinity. And basically the problem is that the procedures for both of these entries are way too long. Now keep this in mind. Formal packages, you have to have those packages. The entry must be completed before the packages can be delivered. So they're very, very, very important. So the problem is taking the entry writers a lot longer to uh, clear those entries. And the reason is because there are so many unnecessary steps involved in the procedure. Okay, because of the unnecessary steps, it has caused wasted time. Think about it. We're wasting time if we're doing 15 or 16 different steps in order to clear an entry, when really it probably only needs maybe about 5 or 6 or 7 steps. We can cut those steps in half, hopefully, and get those packages to the customer a lot quicker. Also, there's a department called the SI. What we can do with those employees is we can put them in different areas and allow them to become more productive because SI packages are already delivered to the customer. So basically, there's no need really of having the SI department. So as you can see, these are the problems that we're facing, and so I am presenting this to you because I want you to understand that this affects the bottom line. You know, the slower it takes in order for them to proceed with these packages, the more money that we're losing. Think about it. We could have more customers. We could get through with the work faster, and also we can increase the accuracy because there aren't as many steps in the process. So it's a win-win situation. This is a situation that's very easy to fix, but all too often people have become programmed into doing things a certain way, and so it's hard for them to buy into a new system. So I hope that you all see the significance and the importance of uh, making the right decision today. All right, all right. So we have the stakeholders, which are the employees, investors, customers, and suppliers. Now, this is important because we value our employees, and I think that's why you see the employees number one. I've always been taught in management that if you take care of your employees will take care of you, and they will give you the best possible service, which in return will give you the best possible product. So we take care of our employees here. Also, investors. Uh, we are very fortunate and we're grateful for every investor that invests into our operation. Customers and suppliers. So basically, everybody who's a stakeholder is deeply rooted and invested in the company. And so, therefore, we need all of you all's help in order to better serve the customer, in order to better serve this operation, in order for it to reach its maximum potential. We need all bright minds, all heads, and uh, uh, just everybody coming together in one cohesive unit in order to make this happen. Because we can be amazing if we put our heads together. All right. So those are the stakeholders. So you ask the question, well, what's the proposed solution? We have this problem, so there has to be a solution to the problem. Well, here it is. For the SI department, we're going to decrease steps in procedure. We're going to cut those numbers in half. The results have basically shown that the steps can be cut from 16 to 6, with 16 to 7. And basically what they will do is cut the time in half that it takes in order to do that file. So it may take the employee maybe 15 to 20 minutes to do that file. Now it only takes them maybe 5 to 4 minutes in order to do that file. So that's a tremendous increase in productivity. Also, we can allow the SI department to help other areas in order to be more productive, because think about it, the customer is already having their package delivered to them if they're at SI, so the SI entries are not as important as the formal. And also, there's a possible chance that you could possibly eliminate the SI department. And the reason is because it's just not needed. So basically, we can pretty much we could do away with the department and allow those people to be put in other places where they can be productive, because it really is a waste of time to actually go through the processing of an SI document when the package has already been delivered. So that means that customs and everybody else has already had their dealings with them. Okay. All right. Now we're getting to the formal. So what does it mean? What is the solution for formal? It means to decrease steps in procedure, take on SI entries in order to simplify the procedure. So from formal, there's 20 steps that can be cut down to 10 steps. And that will decrease the time tremendously. And keep this in mind. Remember, formal packages are needed before we can deliver that package to the customer. So we have to get formal entries out ASAP. And so, for instance, we could take people from the SI department and allow them to help with the formal department in order to get those entries out, and we can better serve the customer. And not only that, we can bring more customers in because we can increase our output. So I think that these steps will really help us in the procedures and the prosperity of our company. All right, so that's the solution. So you ask, well, what's the timeline for all of this? Okay, well, we split it up into two sections. The first one is employees. Managers and team leaders will meet to align goals and procedure protocols. And basically what this does, this allows the management and the leaders to be able to be cohesive in their planning so that everybody's on one accord. Remember, the team leaders are the ones who are actually on the floor leading the people. The managers are usually overseeing the whole operation, but the team leader is the one that's actually running the operation. So it's important for those two to be in line with each other. So managers and team leaders meet to align goals and procedures. And this is not just managers and team leaders of one area, is managers and team leaders abroad, all over. And the reason is because we need everybody on one accord. Okay. Also, team leaders will train for 2 weeks to ensure successful knowledge of operation. And then employees will train for 3 weeks and also receive 2 months probation in order to learn the new operation. Now, here's the thing. It's important for the team leaders to gain as much knowledge as they can about the operation, since they're going to be the ones who actually run the operation. And when you see that employees are going to be on 2 months probation, that's not jail. Okay. Simply what that means is that they're not going to be held to 100% accuracy, because they have to learn the process first. So once they get the process down, then the accuracy will come later. Okay. And that's usually what we do for new employees anyways. They usually have maybe about a good 4 or 5 months of probation before they are held to a 100% accuracy standard. Okay, so this is just to help them, just putting the training wheels on the bike. That's all that is. All right. And for the stakeholders, you will receive a copy of the presentation before the meeting, so that you can go over and peruse the presentation, and you can get your questions and everything together. You know, a lot of times when you're presented with information, you don't really know what questions to ask. So this is our way of letting you know that we really care about you, and that we really want you to be a part of this huge decision-making process. Stakeholders will be kept informed at all times during this process. We want to make sure that we keep the best communication as possible, keeping you guys updated at all times. We will have 24 access to anything dealing with the process. And I think that is very important, because stakeholders are investing. And so therefore, if you invest, then you deserve to know exactly what's going on. You need to know every step, every issue, every problem, every growth, every prosperity, everything that's dealing with this particular project. You need to know. And so we want to make sure that we keep you updated and let you know how important you are to this overall advancement and enhancement of our company. All right. So the communication plan is I will send a presentation email of the action plan to all stakeholders before having a meeting with them. And this will give them the opportunity to peruse the agenda and lets them know we will communicate every step with them. This will also allow them time to formulate any questions beforehand. We will be specific about our goals and plans, so that we will be very transparent with them. Stakeholders will be consistently educated on every phase, so that they know the consequence of every change. This gives the stakeholder every scenario possibility without being clueless to the effect. And I think that's very important, because a lot of times when people bring suggestions to the board, they don't really know the consequences of that suggestion. So if we have experienced people who are in the operation there, in order to answer that question, or to say, hey, well, we've never done it this way because of this way, because of this effect, well, it helps them to understand, oh, okay, well, these are the ramifications. And therefore we have better communication. And the better the communication is, the more effective the plan will be. So we're very excited, and we're very fortunate for this new plan and this new ingredient to take place in our company. And we're just excited. And we just thank you all for just the time that you spent. And we hope that you would reap the benefits and then some of the progression of this new idea. We thank you so much, and we hope to talk to you soon. Thank you so much. All right, this is Robert King signing off, and I appreciate you all so much. Thank you.